Thank you for joining me for the Divine Feminine Collective reading. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Keita. Welcome. And for all of my returning tribe members, what's happening? I am so excited to finally be able to sit down and deliver this reading because, like I said in the masculine reading, I have been channeling messages like crazy. And so to finally be able to kind of put it all together, package it, and present it to y'all, I'm excited. I got my notes, and I'm gonna be pulling from the Light Seers Tarot, and then I'm gonna get us a more in-depth message to clarify what comes out from the Isis Oracle. But what I've been channeling, and I might be a minute. Y'all, I did the masculine reading. I was talking for damn near 30 minutes before I even pulled any cards. That's just how much I've been channeling, and especially through music lyrics. But for many of you as divine feminine energies, it's like you can tell something is brewing. You don't quite know exactly what or how it's going to present itself, but you can tell that there's a shift occurring in your life. Intuitively, as a high priestess, you just know. And when you know, you motherfucking know. So, what supports and what even like brought me to that conclusion, for one, is that I have been hearing synchronistically this song by, okay, so the song is originally by Sir. Love him. Y'all have heard me reference some of his music before coming to me as a divine download or channeling. But this particular song is a remake. Just saw 211 is a that may be significant to somebody, but it's a remake of the Isley Brothers original song, Footsteps in the Dark. So it's I keep hearing footsteps, baby, in the dark, go in the dark. So I know y'all probably done heard that song, especially if your mom and them like to listen to old school music, or you like me, you love old school music. Sir remade that song, and it has really been standing out to me, but it's not like something they play on the radio or nothing like that, right? So I've been hearing it on my streaming platform randomly, and I'm like, okay, something's brewing, something's coming, something is gaining momentum, is something coming towards the feminine energies. And so I was at an event. I had already jotted this shit down in my phone, right? So I'm at an event last weekend. I'm talking to my homegirl Jocelyn. And we're talking, and I said, girl, wait a minute. You heard that song? She like, yeah. I was like, yo, that song is so synchronistic for me. And Jocelyn tapped in too. So she got exactly where I was coming from with it. I was like, but that's the Isley Brothers version. I said, there's a guy named Sir out of LA, and he has a version of the song that I have been hearing repeatedly, and it's been standing out to me. So I showed her in my phone where I had jotted down for the divine feminine energies that song was, just saw 411, that song was bringing forth a message, as 411 represents communication, getting that information, the 411. So the show is shit stank, y'all. After the Isley Brothers version went off, they played the Sir version. Same song. Bike to bike, as Plies say. Which I'm gonna get to him in a minute. Because I had mentioned him in a recent reading too. And then here recently, I'm just riding. You know, I be dashing doors, and I be thinking about like music that I used to love to listen to, or artists that I love listening to, but I haven't listened to them in a while or whatever. And I just be jamming. And so I was like, oh, I ain't heard no Plies in a while. And I wanted to hear I don't know what the name of the song is, but it's Goons Out Lurking. I love that damn song. So in the midst of trying to figure out which one of his albums that song was on, I ran across his remake kind of Patti LaBelle's Somebody Loves You. Somebody loves you, baby. You know, I love me some Aunt Patti. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I'm like, okay. All right, Plies. So, Divine Feminines, somebody loves you. And they're clear about the emotion that they feel for you. So, it's not like, oh, she cute, she fine, she sexy, I'd smash, I like her. I think I like her. No. Somebody loves you, baby. Oh. Okay. So, I also was thinking about these remakes. And I was just talking to, I think it was the Divine Masculines, about knowing that they have a choice. That they can always, like, redo or recreate the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Just like these songs that have been standing out to me are remakes. They've been redone and fashioned in a different way, according to their own style. They'd put their own little spice to it and, you know, did it up their own way. But they took the original situation and turned it into something that's their own. And that is what we do when we take the wisdom of what we learn in our past experiences, which is a lot of what the masculines are experiencing. They are taking the time to reflect and really think and listen to their intuition, as a result of the example that the high priestess, the divine feminine energy, has been setting. So they're tapping into their divine feminine energy and learning to not keep repeating the same cycles and allow their discomfort to lead them to a different outcome, a divinely led outcome. Those footsteps in the dark are them coming towards you. So it would behoove many of you mentally, physically, emotionally, maybe even financially, because that's energy too. Our finances are a reflection of our energy. To prepare, to declutter, to detox, to prepare your mind, and like your last reading said, do that shadow work to make sure that you don't spew your venom, your unresolved issues, your shadows all over your masculine when they present themselves, how they present themselves. And for some of you, this is not about a love connection. For some of us, this energy is about us integrating our masculine and feminine energy. But even still, there's something coming in that's going to help you tap more into and integrate your masculine energy. So those are the footsteps in the dark. It's going to look different for everybody per your particular situation. I told y'all I've been downloading my ass off. I don't just be sitting up twiddling my thumbs, honey. The ancestors and the spirit guys, they got work for me to do. And so even when I'm chilling, like not even like my mind, my spirit just be like do 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 do. Like I'm tapping in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm being obedient, delivering the message to you all, regardless of how crazy to some of y'all I may sound. I don't give a fuck, because I am crazy. And it is what it is. So, there's that in terms of the downloads. And yeah, for some of you, this shit is going to catch you by surprise. Like, you ain't really fully see it coming. You just got this inkling that something is coming. And, so it may be a surprise offer that's coming in. And it reminds me of one of my good sisters who I've been trying to link with so we could spend some QT, and she like, sis, I got a new man. I got me a king. I got me a divine masculine, and he taking me on this trip and woo woo woo. And I'm like, girl, enjoy that man. You better be acting the fuck up, cause I'm all for the love. And every time we try to make plans, like here he come, he got plans for. So this last time we tried to link, we supposed to go have brunch. She like, sis, he finna take me to the New Orleans, girl. And next week it's gonna be a staycation. And I'm like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Man, she deserved that. And then some. And so it coincides with this surprise offer energy. Don't y'all be getting mad at me if somebody don't come in and offer to take you on a trip or have a staycation or none of the stuff that I'm saying, because again, it's going to look different per your situation, but whatever it is, it's going to be what you deserve. It's going to be reflective of your love and your light and what you put out coming back to you, and that is beautiful. And there was another synchronicity. I was DoorDashing at Chick-fil-A. And that's when I was thinking about, just saw 11:11. That's when I was thinking about my homegirl and this whole trip situation and her excitement about her new man and all of that. And I looked down and it was $1 on the floor. And I knew I had just saw a girl walk in with a bunch of shit in her hand. So I figured it was hers, and I tapped her. I was like, hey, you were the last person to come in. I just found this $1 on the floor. Is it yours? She was like, yeah, oh my God, thank you. And I know she probably was like, girl, you could have took that $1. But for me, because I try to operate in integrity. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my $1. It was her $1. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're needing to continue to do. That's what we're needing to hold the masculine energies accountable for doing. That's what we need to surround ourselves with, is people who value and embody integrity in that way. And just saw 12:12. And for some of you, that is going to push you out of your comfort zones. You know, it's going to cause you to have to speak up about some things. And people might call you, you know, goody two shoes, or, you know, whatever they call people who do the right thing, like Spike Lee. And it's okay. They talked about Jesus. And you operating in Christ consciousness, so it's right in alignment. But it behooves us, especially as beings of light, as divine feminines, as we move throughout our journey, setting the example and sharing our love and light with others, that we operate in integrity. I think there was something else. Oh, not only that we operate in integrity as we deal with other people, but that we operate in integrity with how we just carrying ourselves and loving ourselves and showing ourselves radical self-care. Because there's an energy that I'm being led to tap into, and that is that of the karmic. So as a bonus, I may do a karmic reading, but I wanted to go ahead and get the divine feminine and masculine out of the way. Not out the way as if it's a burden and I didn't want to do it, but you know, as a priority. And then I do the karmic with whatever energy I have left at whatever time I deem it necessary or cool to do it. But this is more important to me. But needing to tap into that energy of being a pick-me and what that looks like and where that comes from. The root of that being a pick-me, showing up as in relationships as a pick-me, because that's not operating in integrity and self-love. So we're going to talk about that too whenever I do this karmic energy reading as a bonus. First of all, all of the signs, the element readings that I did, check those out if you haven't already. Every single one I did 4: earth, fire, water, air. Celebrate came out in every last one of those spreads. And so that says that we got some shit going on that we need to be proud of. That we need to be having fun and not taking life so seriously. That we need to be really focused on what we have to be grateful for and not taking our gratitude and abundance for granted. And because that is how we attract more of it into our lives. And so that being the case, I'm definitely going to do that bonus as a celebrating how far we've come on the journey, and for many of us evolving from being karmic energies to tapping into our divine masculine and feminine energy. But there's one more song that this one is personal for me, because I was in what would be considered a false twin flame connection. And for years, you could not tell me that this man was not my twin flame. I now understand in hindsight, because hindsight is one of my best teachers. I thank God for the gift of foresight as a high priestess, but hindsight has served me well. That's why it's so important that we take time to reflect and that we take time to do our shadow work and not feel like we got to be up under people all the time and be comfortable with our solitude so that we can tap into the gift of hindsight. But in hindsight, I understand that that guy, the purpose that he served was to help me to get familiar with what a twin flame connection kind of sort of look like. You know what I'm saying? So that when I'm in a real twin flame connection, I can say, okay, I've seen this before. I've seen this behavior. I know what not to do, that sort of thing. That's the purpose that a lot of these false twin connections, these karmic connections serve, and then we are to get them the fuck on out the way to make room for the real deal. Again, separating the real from the fake. And so I back in that situation would channel this song by Alicia Myers, I Want to Thank You. It goes, I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. It's been a long time since I had someone to love me, and not just my body. I know it wouldn't have happened without your love. Ooh, without your love. Ooh. I know y'all mama listen to that song, man. I don't even know if I learned that one from my mama, though. I think I'm familiar with that one from my own exploration of music. But I used to hear that song. But I was having an experience with this guy that was like, Lord, what is this? You know what I'm saying? But that song has been resurfacing for me here lately. And again, hearing it in my alone time, as well as when I'm at different places. I heard it in the store. So they were playing it. And I was like, God damn. Again, these songs that I'm talking about, they're not new songs. It's not like it's the new Lotto or Cardi B that is playing everywhere. It's the divine sending them signs and synchronicities. So we're needing to be mindful. I'm going to put all these songs and whatnot on the community board so that y'all can check them out, because you can't enjoy it with me singing. I know I can't sing, but I don't be giving no dams. I'm going to sing anyway. But I just be trying to give y'all what's the damn saying? Jog your memory in case you are familiar with the song. I hope there's Amazon at my door with my package. Hold on. I ain't expecting no company. Yeah, that's Amazon. With my new gym bag. Anywho. So now that we have covered the things, I could pull some cards, because I think that was all that I had in my notes. So yeah, somebody loves you. Expect whatever is coming to you, whatever the footsteps in the dark are, that means that there's motion. You just don't know what motion is taking place. There's a progression or some momentum that is something that's gaining momentum that is not within your sight. Like you're not able to see it clearly in the physical. Those are the footsteps in the dark. And that's okay, because you're a high priestess and you're willing to wait. Because one thing you ain't is a pick-me. You ain't doing the most and stepping out of your integration, your alignment of your masculine and feminine energy, chasing or trying to control the narrative in any way. And so that is something to celebrate. I know I used to do that. I used to operate in that low vibe energy. So when I look back on my experiences operating in that low vibrational energy and look at how far I've come, like, that's worth celebrating. For real, for real. So I'm going to pull some tarot. If y'all resonate with the reading, make sure to leave your comments in the description, but in the comment section. Spirit, please clarify the message coming through to the Divine Feminine Collective. I had got cold, so I turned the air off and put my robe on, and now I'm hot. Ooh. King of Wands. I told y'all. The masculines are on they motherfucking J-O-B. You hear me? People give the masculine energies a hard damn time. And I get it, because we're used to observing them operate in their toxic masculinity. But there is a shift taking place in the collective that I'm so fucking proud of, y'all. It's like why I do the work that I do, because for one, I love us. I love sisterhood. I'm not one of those women that's like, I don't fool with women, they messy and no, I want to see women win, because we been on the bottom of the totem pole for forever. And if you black like me and black like this and not like this, as Funky Dineva be saying, you got two strikes against you, because you black and you a woman. So I ride for us. Period. I ride for humanity, because I'm not for all the things that divide us. You know what I'm saying? But these men, these knuckles, I am interacting when I'm out in the community vending, and even when I'm just kicking it with some highly evolved, dynamic, dope masculine energies. And even when they have not reached that energy where they consider themselves woke or highly evolved or dope, I love their curiosity. I love their openness. I love their willingness to change. And the King of Wands, that ain't a page. That ain't a knight. That is a king, honey, a lion. You see this lion behind him? He holding his wand in his hand. That's a man that's passionate. And he fine. You see them arms? I love a strong arm, baby. Make you just want to grab his chest muscles. Grab some of that titty meat. That's a fine man right there. Vibrant, young, eager, activated. The King of Wands is that king in the tarot who is a visionary, a leader, a warrior, ready to come forward and put plans into action. He don't have no erectile dysfunction issues, because he is the King of Wands, okay? If you get my drift, he's passionate. He got his eyes set on something. Look at this man's eyes. Yes, God. Look into the the symbology of the salamander. Because it's not coming to me right off, but that's very significant to the energy of the King of Wands. And ain't we approaching Lionsgate? And you got this lion standing there behind this gentleman. And he know it's back there and he ain't scared. He ain't budged. Ready. He got one hand in his pocket and the other on his wand. Activated. Ready. He know he hold the light. What else they got for y'all, divine feminine? That just fell on the floor. Y'all, I can't make this shit up if I tried. The Lovers. So that's old boy and his gal. Because he's made a choice. He's made a decision. The Lovers represents choosing between vice or virtue. And he's chosen virtue. Footsteps in the dark. The choice has been made. Divine unions coming into fruition, grounding. Because another card that kept coming out in those element readings too was Mother Nature, which represents grounding. There's been things going on spiritually in the 3D dreams, signs, synchronicities, healing of the DNA and the cellular renewal taking place, ancestral healing taking place, and generational curses being broken, truths being spoken, and throat chakras being activated, chakras being aligned, crown chakras being activated, tapping into the third eye. All of that has been taking place in the 5D, but in the 3D they coming together and they ain't got no clothes on. So that's that sacral chakra energy, that orange and fiery red rooted energy of feeling safe and secure in each other's energy and being sexually and spiritually connected, being passionate, knowing that the divine has turned two into one with this 6 energy. And a lot of this took that momentum was gained during the 5-5 and 6-6 portals. You have the number 6 here representing the lovers. They're coming together. And at the bottom of the deck, you're gonna be in the dark for long, divine feminines. Ace of Swords. That's the truth coming through. Communication. What you didn't know, now you know. Now you have clarity. You're aware. Because he's making you aware. Yo, this is some huge ass energy. Because what it is symbolic of, first of all, you got one major arcana with the 6, the lovers. You got this king here. And you got an ace. We ain't got no minor arcana cards here. This is a big shift in your trajectory, a big shift along your journey. And what that big shift is the 10 of Wands. Releasing that burden. It's downhill from here. When it come to your love life, this is it, like Michael Jackson say. All that baggage that you was carrying, whatever you left behind at the top of that hill, and you decided, okay, I'm going to take what's valuable for me, and I'm going to head on this way. Like that SpongeBob meme that be on social media, where he be like, yeah, I'm going to head out. Yeah. Leaving all that toxic, burdening shit. I don't think burdening shit is a word. Burdening shit behind. Taking what you value, the lessons you've learned, and your hopes and dreams, and heading on down that hill off into a different direction, into a new life. And now you got somebody to support you and stand by you and work with you in this new life. Ace of Swords. Moving forward with clarity, with new ideas. building new things into fruition. For some of you, you're developing schools and systems and homes and communities based off of this Ace of Swords, this seed that's being planted to start something new. Now that everything's out in the open, I don't know who's saying that, but that's old school too. I'm gonna pull from Isis because we've been talking about this high priestess energy. And if you know, like I know, that Isis energy is supreme high priestess energy. If y'all not familiar with the energy of Isis, Isis is the Egyptian deity that represents high priestess energy, the third eye. And so, that being the case, we're going to see what the Isis Oracle has to say about this. Because it's Isis energy that helps you tap into knowing something is brewing. There's footsteps in the dark. There's something going on beneath the surface that's not visible in the physical to me. But I just know that I know that I know without the physical proof that something going on. That's high priestess energy. That's tapping into your third eye. That's trusting your intuition. Just saw 3113 representing the divine feminine energy. 3113 being mirroring numbers representing the twin flame journey. The number that y'all just saw pop clean the fuck out. Truths unveiled. The revelations of Isis. I told you, with this Ace of Swords, you about to have all the clarity that you need to move forward on the journey in this connection. He know. He know. He sure. He ready. He got some shit in mind. He just got to tell you. He has to reveal it. Those truths have to be unveiled. Top of the deck, the Lunar Queen. She of the Celestial Crescent. Representing being tapped into that high priestess energy and tapped into what's going on in the cosmos. Living your life according to the moon cycles as a true high priestess does. And as a result of that, you're helping this connection is helping both of y'all is what I'm tapping into. To the Temple of Black Obsidian. Helping especially feminists. Like I was saying, do the work to make sure that you got a grasp of your shadow. Because if you know, like I know, when you get in connection with somebody, y'all trigger each other. And you're needing to work with the energy of Black Obsidian, whether it's through certain music frequencies that align with the energy of the crystal Black Obsidian, or actually working with Black Obsidian. I would suggest you get some from me, but I sold out. It's one of my top sellers in terms of crystals because everybody be looking for protection. And a Black Obsidian is good for protection and working to help heal negative energies, low vibrational energies. But relationships often serve as the catalyst for helping you to heal your darkness. And as I was saying in the masculine reading, I think it was, a lot of times we expect to heal those things before we get in relationship, but some of our healing as well as our progress and advancement is supposed to take place when we get in relationship. Those things are triggered by your significant other, your partner, the person who you are connecting with, and then you do that work to heal it in a way that you wouldn't have been able to do or identify had you not been in that connection. I'm going to read the message of Truths Unveiled. And then hopefully I want to read all three of them. I ain't going to do that. We'll see. I know I'm going to read Truths Unveiled because I don't want to leave y'all hang on. Even though I feel like that's self-explanatory. You about to know the truth. We had already said that before I pulled it. So let's see. We're gonna see how it go. Damn, where is it? There you go. There are times when appearances of people, places, and things are truly deceptive. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you, when you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you. You may think that there is something wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. It is wise to trust your inner feeling rather than being convinced by outward appearance. There is a situation in your life, especially involving relationships, where something is not as it is being made out to be. To avoid undue suffering later on, Isis guides you to truth and revelation now. So for many of you, this is this connection coming in, you knowing the truth of the matter, whether it's this person telling you this King of Wands, or the divine showing you in such a blatant way that you can't deny that it is what it is. It's either or, but whatever it is, you're gonna know the truth where you may be confused or completely in the dark about a situation. Because I want to read all three of these, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to read the more in-depth portions of this, and you can find them online if you Google, say, Truths Unveiled Isis Oracle. Somebody will have the description posted as like a blog post or something. And I'm just going to read the shorter version that they give you at the beginning. That way I can cover the message of the Lunar Queen and Temple of Black Obsidian without having an hour-long video that's going to take me forever to upload. See? Have to be flexible. That's how you get shit done. So with the Lunar Queen, she of the Celestial Crescent, baby, she's so regal. There is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. Didn't I say it's important for us to have that time to ourselves so we can think, so we can reflect, so we can tap in? Rest and replenishment is so important. And it's not just important for us, it's important for the masculine energies as well. Y'all leave that man alone and let him have some time to himself. That's why they be stressed the fuck out and popping off, attitude bad. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we love from a place of, that ain't even our love, but that's the version of it that we know. From a place of lack. And therefore we want all their time and attention. And it's nothing wrong with it if it comes from a good space. And if it comes from a good space, then you understand the importance of having solitude, rest, replenishment, alone time to reflect, meditate. You ought to want that for your man. It said, and not take offense and be insecure when they are asking you to respect their space. It says, there's deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. I just did the water sign energy element reading, and it talked about going into a new chapter and having something to celebrate. And this is very much in alignment as we are shifting into a new phase, a new chapter. We're needing to release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. If you trust God like you say you trust God, then you know you ain't got to be out here shucking and jiving and being a pick-me to get nobody's attention, to attract nobody, to draw nobody in. You just be you. You show up and be present when it's time for you to show up and be present. And in the meantime, when you're not showing up for that person and being present, you showing up for yourself. You pouring into yourself. You pouring into your projects. You're pouring into your family. You're pouring into your friends, and you're trusting that all is going to unfold for the highest good of each and every individual involved. But it does not require you buying gifts and chasing and dating and calling 50, 11 times and putting all of these demands on the situation, trying to control how the narrative unfolds. Because if it's a divine connection, ain't shit in heaven or hell that can stop it. What's gonna be is going to be. So once you have that understanding of that, again, being anchored in your high priestess energy, you can just go with the flow. Or, as this is saying, you can just go with the cycles, which same as going with the flow. The moon governs the waters, controls the waters. When the waves are high, you riding the waves. When the waves are low, you riding the waves. You working through your own shit. You're not so overly concerned with what everybody else got going on. You're just focusing on you. You staying centered and balanced and grounded. So that is the message of the Lunar Queen, and that is what you all have been doing, and that is beautiful. So the Temple of Black Obsidian has the message. I love how this deck is specific to quite a few crystals that I've worked with. I ain't got my carnelian on right now, but it's got some messages about that too. It says, beloved initiate, the most challenging task is not to confront an external enemy, but to take courage in both hands and journey within to meet our own dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to it. That is the sacred purpose of any enemy, within or without, to bring us more deeply into our own being as we seek to find and heal the darkness within. This journey, even when you're in relationship, especially when you're in relationship, is not as much about the other person as it is about you. So when you find yourself triggered, when you find yourself getting to know others, and sometimes you see things in them that you don't like, and sometimes they bring out things in you that you don't like about yourself, make sure that you're continuing to do this shadow work and that you don't get lost in what's going on, or that you're mindful of projecting your insecurities, your fears, your resentments onto the other person. Work with some Black Obsidian, and in the event that I'm able to acquire some more, I would definitely keep y'all posted, because evidently in this time, in this chapter, it is needed. I'm gonna read a little bit more on it. It says, the Temple of Black Obsidian is a ruthlessly honest place of raw love and healing, truly profound and lasting. Deep relief and transformation can occur here. Black Obsidian is protective and revealing. It will prevent harm from external or internal forces, but it will also reveal that which has been lurking in the shadows of the self, trying to avoid being brought out into the open for fear of condemnation. The biggest challenge we face in entering the Temple of Black Obsidian is our own willingness to love and accept all parts of us. The initiate who is invited to enter the Temple of Black Obsidian enters into his or her own shadow, the part of us that is hidden from our own awareness and is usually only experienced in relationship to others, quite often as projection. Lady Isis, as the Dark Priestess of the Temple of Black Obsidian, invites you now to confront the parts of your own ego that you have denied previously. Why? Because in doing so, you will gain more freedom, come to know yourself more wholly, and you will find that life experiences, opportunities, relationships, and breakthroughs that you have not been able to reach will suddenly become available to you. So this is a connection that is going to lead you You thinking, oh, when I get with somebody, I'ma be booed up and you know what I'm saying? It's all roses and cups and rainbows and skittles and glitter. But just off 4444, in this connection, you're going, like all of your connections, you're going to see more of yourself, your good and your bad, your rose petals and your thorns. So don't forget your shadow work as you evolve deeper into your connections moving forward. But yeah, feminists, that's the message. I hope this message found you well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. Know that there are footsteps in the dark soon coming to the light. And when they come to the light, you are to tend to your shadow so that you can continue to shine your light, continue to do your shadow work. Don't allow nothing that's going on in your life to distract you or lead you off the path. Should you need some support in that regard or any regard, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. If you resonate with the message, leave your comments down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And with that being said, y'all, peace.